best of one format right now. Second map, of course, I think we'll see a little bit later on, because of course the veto has already come through, but we'll have to announce it later. And we have a very fast player mid to start off the day.
Wow. Okay, it looks like they're trying to play catch-up at the moment because we're a bit delayed to start. They've just decided to clash in middle. And both teams will get 2 kills, although it's basically 2 kills and 99% of a third because Gafolo has 1 point of health. My goodness. Okay, what a way to start things off here. So rude of them to interrupt the birthday boy like that.
I know, right? It's just crazy, dude. Like, they show any respect these days in these games? Unreal.
These kids, man. These kids. This new generation.
So,
right?
Koala...
28, you can say that.
True. Koala's actually got in a good position. Oh, he's been spotted out. Okay, I thought he might be able to pounce on the red room flank, but they were watching it. They're just kind of just sitting there in mid, their Dusty Roots in a default to try and weed out one more player to make this round ever more comfortable. I think they've done that, and they'll realise, of course, that the last Sharks member is coming in through mid, and that's a lovely little jiggle tap by Owenzinho. But let's get a little bit of background to this series now, of course, as we've started very quickly.
Dig in a bit.
I'm going to just set you up here, Matt, to talk a bit about the game. Dusty Roots have played 6 games recently on HLTV, 3 of them being best of ones and 3 of them being best of threes. They have lost every single one, and they've only won 1 map.
That is not a great look. That's not great look. That's not a great look at all, I'm afraid. Yeah, talking a bit more about Ancient for Sharks. They've played the map 18 times in the past 3 months. They've won it on 10 occasions. They've played against Odic a lot on the map, though. In the past 7 times, they've played on Ancient, just across the board. They've played against Odic 6 times, guys, and beaten them once in amongst those 6 times. So they've got some reps on the map, that's for sure. That's all in like the past month and a bit, by the way. And Odic are very good on Ancient, to be fair. So the fact that Sharks have been able to push Odic as much as they have, they beat Insanity out the other day 13-10 on this map, and Insanity are pretty good. You know, Cassim, SHZ, Pesadelo, they pop off on this map. So I'm backing Sharks here, man. I know that Dusty Roots enjoy playing, well, they do play this map, right? They've got quite a few maps played on Ancient, but I'm backing Sharks here, honestly. They come into this as the favorites, and I think that they're on a very comfortable map for them as well.
Yeah, I think the problem in this situation for Dusty Roots is just haven't managed to find a way to win and haven't been able to make winning a habit, which is something that's so important to get the confidence built up over time. When it comes to Sharks in general, right, they're not the Sharks they once were, right? Because obviously they had that chance at Pro League, not just Pro League, but Pro Leagues before. Yeah, they look genuinely decent against Vitality of all teams, right? In one of the early matches, but in recent times, of course, they've changed a couple of players. They didn't make it through the Americas RMR Close qualifiers. So their form hasn't been great either. Only a couple of on and off victories, maybe against some teams perhaps you'd expect them to beat. So both teams' form isn't great. We were hoping to have Imperial versus Fluxo on this stream tonight, but they moved their match to a different day. So hopefully we'll get to see them in the future. But for now, Dusty Roots and Sharks, the gun round for Sharks is going well. They've got a lot of control here.
Yeah, they certainly do, looking to get themselves on the board. As for the T side, there is plenty of utility here at their disposal to actually try and get back into control, to try and find a way into a bomb site. And this is going to be a group up of 3 of the 4 players outside of this B site, but man, what a crossfire. 2 players looking in this direction and a third who could join up with them at a moment's notice. Oh, Hoax, he's one of the new boys on the block here for Sharks. Of course, Sharks decided to, yeah, as you said, they've made some roster changes. We'll talk a little bit about that, but not right now because the round is gaining some traction. Doc will peek out, perfectly timed, coming through from him for a double. And this is the 3rd player in the setup I was talking about who will conclude proceedings. So, Sharks on the board. Let's talk a little bit about their changes, Trav. They've made quite a few over the past few months, right? Because they had Togs, who was like a founding member, or at least a part of this team for a very long time, and DRG. They cut both those players, and that's when they brought Koala and Pepe in. And Pepe didn't last all that long. I mean, he really was thrown into the deep end, to be honest, from the Young Sharks roster into the main team. And he struggled a lot. It was quite evident. Now they've brought Hoax into Pepe's place. Hoax was playing for Glories before, and he got cut from that roster. I don't know a huge amount about him, and I don't know if it's a longer-term prospect here with Sharks. So watching Hoax quite closely and seeing what he's going to bring to the table.
Yeah,
and well, in this round he's dead.
true. I'm very interested to see what he can deliver. And so far, what he's delivered in the first few rounds we've seen, in gun rounds for Sharks, has been aggression toward the B lane position. Very a deep pushing into that area. And yeah, it works out for damage, but no more than that. The response kill is important for Dusty Roots. RDN got his one. And Zenio got his one. But the problem is, getting that one has forced him down to 14 HP. Max Core, with the help of the Molly, will try and push up and take more deep mid control to maybe cut off rotations from the A bomb site. RDN and Doc can push together. That's a lovely bit of control they're about to take together. Doc and RDN re-pushing that together when Hoax has already died there. Goes slightly unexpected. The kill will come back in the way of Dusty Roots.
Wow.
But both of them 14 HP. Koala has an incredibly winnable clutch. He's got to get his gun out. Oh my goodness. He'll finally get the kill. Max Core maybe blows his load a bit too early there. It's a 1 versus 1. 45 health versus 14.
He's going the long way around. He doesn't have the time for this. He doesn't have the luxury of walking the entire way through. He's going to have to run it down. Oh, he's going to come past Owen here, but unfortunately he looks back in the direction of the smoke and Owen takes his head right off. Koala going to be kicking himself a little bit. And sure, they win the first gun round, but Dusty Roots answer back immediately afterwards.
Yeah, and it's these sort of games, right, that have been a little bit delayed, perhaps, maybe played at a different time than you were expecting. Maybe it's kind of messed up with your warm-up a little bit, made you feel a little bit more uncomfortable than perhaps you were feeling just half an hour ago, right? Sometimes that can be how it goes, sometimes. I said sometimes twice, but
that's okay.
You catch my drift.
Man, it's also your birthday. You can get away with anything at this point.
Okay. Yeah, maybe not anything. We should we'll move forward with the Mac 10.
Actually, maybe not.
And in the end, Doc will manage to take him out. And he's looking for more. He's actually peeking above at that smoke on the ledge.
Oh, I think Hoax could be in trouble. Okay, smoke is going to bloom just in time. Thought they might catch him with the nade out. Kill will come through elsewhere, though. And a little bit more. I was going to say chip damage. It's more than that. Unconfirmed, of course, but that is certainly going to make Doc's life a little bit more difficult going into the rest of the round. Smart.
Can't believe I've been given the pass to say sometimes more than once in a sentence by
no one else gets away with that, by the way. That is just you now. That is only you.
Fair enough. I love you for it.
My birthday present to you, Trav.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, maybe in an eco round I'll talk more about my day. But firstly, this is an important round first. Because we've got Sharks with a stack here toward B. And Dusty Roots could be about to go straight into it. They've got that lurking mid, and now they've put some pressure on the opposite side of the map, of course, as you can see with RDN. He has pushed forward, so he's completely cleared out A main.
Nice. Really
nice, peeking off the back of each other. Good team play there by Sharks. And it's locked, 1962, and Alex are away. They do have a path through Donut, but RDN might be able to just be a bit of a nuisance here and stop a plant, maybe. 10 seconds to go for it. He's going to try and jump spot this. There's 3 players coming through Donut. He doesn't deny the plant, but his spray control there, actually, with the MP9 was lovely.
I mean, the fact that Dusty Roots actually get a bomb plant out of that round is not a bad return for them, all things considered. Nice defense on the B bomb side. You called it perfectly. Just pinging contact off of each other there between Hoax and Doc was really well done. Because after Doc gets that first frag, the second player who's trying to trade for the T's is hard clearing that left cubby. And then that's where Hoax can step up from the pillar and get the kill for free. So just a nice little 1-2 punch between them. Sharks get their second on the board. We're trading rounds back and forth right now. I wouldn't actually mind seeing Dusty Roots just save. I mean, $1,900 coming their way if they lose this round. That's going to be enough for an investment in the next. So maybe just get some upgraded pistols, a flash or something like that. It does kind of suck though when you've been trading rounds back and forth. Sometimes you do want to just keep up with that tempo, try and force back in response. But I appreciate the fact that they've just decided to forego this round here.
Yeah, I get it. I do get it. Especially to be 2.5k per player, pretty consistent across the team. It's like you already have even money. So
exactly.
Next round, there might be a few Galils to afford util, but Other than that, they're all good. Where does Owen Zinho throw his all-important flashbang? That is the most important question of today. Any Counter-Strike game ever. Clearly. Oh, yeah. He'll fall away once he realises what's coming his way. Start to come in. He'll hold down Mouse 1 to find a bit of damage and a kill of his own. The Max Core at least gets something. Gafolo is taking quite a bit of damage on this flank, but Stark finds the Deagle. Is he going to hit a shot? No, he's not. It's Hoax who will take it, and we're back even again.
You know, you taught me something new. I never knew it was Owen Zinho, but that does make sense. Owen Zinho kind of thing, Zinho. I always thought it was like Owen Shinhom or something. I don't know, like some anime name, maybe.
It's just in South America especially, everyone wants to call themselves Enio or Zera. It's just the rule.
Yes.
It's just a factual rule. Anyone who doesn't, I respect your originality. To be fair.
Oh, I love that. A little bit of spice from Trav. You don't get that too often. Ooh, I like it.
Yeah, no, I am, tongue in cheek.
Ooh, I like that as well. Nice airstrike. Tommy Jet brought down to 3 points of health. 2 grenades. Yeah, he is crawling through the rest of the round. His limbs are all missing at this point.
He's holding on to his AK with his pinky finger right now. That's one strong pinky finger.
Yeah, for sure.
All his muscles have transferred to the pinky finger.
Listen, gamers do have strong fingers. I was playing Mercy with a guy who plays Path of Exile every day, and I haven't seen grip strength like that before, I'll tell you that much.
That's fair enough. I have a friend who, when he plays with a Tech 9, I have never seen a man click faster with a Tech 9. It's unbelievable. He makes it like a semi-auto weapon. It's ridiculous.
Couldn't be faster than Olaf Meister in 2015.
Maybe not, but...
It did have a faster fire rate then, to be fair. So.
It did. These days, hearing it as he clicks it is insane.
I'm sure you're glad he's on your team and not on the other side of the server.
Yes, he often is. Very true. Doc.
All right, they're about to go into this B bomb site here. It's going to be a split through cave and up. There's a player in cave and there's 2 for the CT side. They get 1 kill between them. Doc able to activate. They weren't necessarily expecting the 3rd player on the side of the map. RDN does really well to get a kill and more damage on a second, but the bomb plot will still come through.
Oh, what a
That's
check
so
by
nice.
Max Core. That was just a guess, but it's a guess that's very commonly made, and thankfully in his case it works out this time. And the fact that it's Gafolo left with the AWP makes this clutch ever harder. And look where they position themselves. Sure, he's picked up the M4 and he's picked up the kit, but how do you isolate both these 2 players? Or you may have seen them both, but Max Core, of course, the one boosted up, of course, will be the one to take the kill. It's impossible to maybe spray transfer up in time.
Yeah,
Roots, will we take the
by
lead?
design, as you say, no way of isolating those duels. They're just well played from Dusty Roots, stacking up the 2 players vertically. Peeks into both of them at the same time, and they regain the lead, as you say. At least just enough money here for Sharks to afford a decent arsenal of weapons. It's not going to be a full buy. And this is a chance here for Dusty Roots to actually pull ahead. You win this 5-3, you get an upper hand in the economic battle as well, 6-3. And this is a best of 1. MR12 is a cruel mistress in best of 1s.
How often have you seen these 2 teams in like some of your CCT South America games?
All the time. All the time. Dusty Roots a bit less so. I don't cast a huge amount of CCT in terms of the group stage, mostly playoffs, and that's where Sharks features a lot. They made it to the semi-finals of the most recent competition. Lost out to Odic yesterday. So,
Again.
Yeah. Togs, the Sharks reject beating his former org, was a cool one to see.
Ah, yes, of course. Honestly, Odic are a really cool team, and I think they're improving a lot, especially regionally, and I'm looking forward to seeing.
I just think normally the case with Woody's team, he's the limiting factor. Sorry, I just want to say that.
Maybe. That's fine. Listen, it is my birthday, but I'll allow you to come with me. It's fine.
Yeah, so sorry, Trav.
Utility going through to the back of the site. Anti-62 and Owen Senior will actually get the first 2, and with the site taken, in fact there are 2 in Donut, as long as they don't pull out utility, that's a bit messy. RDN will get 2, but Tommy J thankfully will push a little bit further forward and remove the threat. And with Alexa flanking in mid, he might be able to catch one right here. He does. So that's round done.
So Doc's going to be a little bit annoyed, I think, because he was committing to the save. And then once RDN gets the double, Doc turns around and starts to go back in towards Donut. That's why he's hanging around there and he dies. Yeah, I think RDN should have just committed to the save there. Sure, he gets 2 kills. It's not worth it. At least Hoax can try and carry the AWP through. But I love the call out of Dusty Roots. It's the first time we've seen them do that here in the T side. Just walk up into that A side. You can normally get away with it at least once in the half. And they had a good inkling that Sharks would be heavily focused in towards mid in the round. They do kind of keep them kind of interested there. A little bit of early util thrown sprinkled in. Just numbers into that A site works really well.
Oh, tactical coming in as well. For Sharks. AWP, of course, on Gafolo. Did you mention to me that he's looking to AWP IGL? Is that what you told me?
He is the IGL of this team, and yeah, taken over since DRG departed.
Interesting.
Yeah, I was always like a blistering AWP, but I felt like in the DRG team with Togs, with Shay, I felt like Gafolo was an AWP who was always like on the front lines, who was happy to take bites T side, CT side, and his numbers have dropped off quite a lot since he's taken over as the IGL.
It happens to the best of us. Seen many players struggle with that. There's a few that seem to find a way to get past it. I mean, thinking of AWP IGLs, Warrow 2K and Hades come to mind, at 2 that would often be top of the scoreboard. Well. Cadian wasn't that bad either, no. He was acceptable.
Oh, you're talking about like very successful ones, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about, you know, AWP IGLs that would actually frag well. Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of...
had his off games for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I guess with his teams, he's never been looked at as the guy who has to be the star, right?
Yeah.
What I will say is there's a lot of people LARPing as IGLs at the moment. So Hades is another AWP IGL, by the way. There's another good shout for someone who's moved into the role.
I did say his name.
Oh, you did say Hades.
Yeah.
I thought you said Warrow and
Hades.
Warrow and Hades are 2 you said.
Yes. All good. Okay, this is an eco other than the AWP, and the AWP is not in a position to do anything here, I don't think. So I'm going to ask you a question.
Yes.
I hear the word LARPing a lot. What does it actually mean? I'm too old now. Now I'm 28. I don't understand this right.
It's an acronym for live action roleplay. So it's
I knew it. Never mind.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's okay. Just a little reminder.
Thank you.
There are a lot of like new Zoomer terms just flying around all the time, so it's difficult to keep up with them. I'm not on TikTok either, so.
Okay, I was gonna say because yeah, you do strike me as a person that does more better things with their time than TikTok. So.
Yeah, you're right. It's a rule of mine, mate. No TikTok on my phone, never. Don't even account.
I'm guilty. I used to make the
okay.
same joke about TikTok. I am guilty, but I do use it. So I'm a little bit up on like the new memes. Like what's the one recent ones like? Demure, like that word called demure or whatever. Very demure or whatever.
New to me. Okay.
One of the newest memes, I'm pretty sure. I'm
still catching up with like Riz and Sheesh. Sheesh is probably a bit outdated now.
Okay, the TikTok is when someone said very demure, very mindful, apparently. And apparently people are using that for like every single comment or something. So
people are just so original.
I know, right?
I like Based. I must say, Based is a cool one that's come out.
Been around for years and years, but
I guess so. Yeah,
yeah.
that's how
I will use it. I will use it, but yeah, when it comes to like, you know, the R word, one that ends with Z, I've banned that from my vocabulary.
The one that I've just said a couple seconds ago.
Exactly. I've banned that from my vocabulary. I'm sorry. I'm not having that. Anyway, I'm gonna shut up now, and I want to cast a round because we've just seen an eco go down, and now it's a gun round that actually matters. So Doc, he's gonna get 2, and guess what? Lane control is proving to be a problem once again for Dusty Roots here. Owen is in a smoke with an AWP. He gets a no scope. He's got away. Somehow there's a trade by MaxCore. They get away with it, and they're still alive in a 2v3. But Koala could just peek on any timing you'd think, and perhaps be able to help out, but Owen Zenio was looking at it, so he'll fall away.
Yeah, because Koala's the only player between Dusty Roots and the entire opposite side of the map, everything away from the bomb site. So it's really important that Koala just stays alive and locks them in. I'm really happy to see that that's his prioritization here, map control, not just trying to finish off the round.
I feel like this map we've casted with a lot of energy, and next map we might struggle a bit. So
I don't know, man. My cup of coffee still got a few sips left in it. This is where it
Okay,
gets like crazy hour. You know, it
fair
starts to
enough.
descend into
I
madness.
I don't
Burn that
you know,
midnight oil.
don't drink caffeine, which is the main thing.
I know.
So
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
crazy.
That's definitely a you problem.
Gafolo will miss the shot while half blind, of course. That's going to allow Dusty Roots to get some control. And the nade, hang on. Oh, my word.
Wow.
It takes
How?
Hoax down from 12 HP to 2 HP. It's a 10 damage nade. And the trade does come through from Koala. So it's all down to Owenzinho. He got a no scope to start off his round into a B lane, but he misses his opportunity. He had to push forward to look for something in a 1 versus 2, and he's not allowed to find anything. Koala will take it, and Gafolo will defuse to give Sharks 4.
Actually, really important that Hoke stayed alive to that HE grenade, because then he's able to just try to go in first for the retake, and that's what he's the player that max core kills, so it makes for a very easy trade there for Koala, right? Had Hoax died to the HE, then Koala has that head-on-head gunfight that could go 50-50. So I think Hoax staying alive there was very important. And actually, I like that Sharks haven't gone into a shell. I guess Sharks don't have a shell, right? So they couldn't go into a shell. They still run at Dusty Roots. They contest the map at the start of the round. They fight lane, they fight ramp, and there was a lot going on there. They did very well to keep their composure. I thought it was also a good effort from Dusty Roots. They tried their best to help Owen out. They were really trying to force the issue through the double doors there.
Yeah.
Try and take some of the pressure off of him.
Oh, everyone's so very blind. And Maxcore,
Okay.
he was blind
Right.
for about 10 years at the bottom of mid there, but RDN was too. He readjusts the spray transfer, gets a little bit of vision back, and actually takes the second kill, which is pretty crazy. Seeing that from RDN's POV was ridiculous, honestly. MP9 of Hoax will push and get one more, and they're all over the map right now. You've got Hoax in B lane, you've got the bomb in T spawn, and you've got Owen in CT spawn. It's a very weird situation right now.
Yeah, surely Owen is the key in the round right now. I don't know if Hoax is ever going to expect someone to come through from here. He's probably just worried about them pushing up ramp. So, it does kind of peer back in this direction. And timing might work out for him as he goes back. The steps. The
Unlucky.
steps are heard. There we go. Owen in such a strong position, a power position. And he is rewarded for his big push through the middle.
It's interesting,
It
right?
looks like
Because
he wants to go for it.
Hoax looked back. Oh, okay, here's a catch. I'll get back to my point in a moment. Owenzinho, 1v1 versus Gafolo. Almost caught out as he crosses the back of the site. And Gafolo has got a smoke. So that's gone in toward cave. Owen, of course, has plenty of time, though, to rotate all the way round toward long. And Gafolo hasn't
So
considered
smart.
that in the slightest. Very fast rotation that Owen knew
Exactly.
Gafolo couldn't hear. So that's a great round from Owens at 12-5 for Dusty Roots. And they have a 7-4 lead as the underdogs in this series so far. So that's a good start from them. We'll just quickly touch on my point.
Yeah.
That Hoax went back to check Red Room to help Gafolo rotate through with the AWP. He was just a split second too late to check it, and that is really what caught them off.
Yeah, so I guess that even compounded the problems in terms of not expecting anyone to be there. That false sense of security really cost them. Owen does very well in that round. Even the quick rotation, as you say, that immediate decision to move away from cave and background ramp. That's that heads up pivot was important. What worked out really well there to just get the kill for free. So into the last round of this first half, it's MP9s pretty much across the board. Barga follows. Only found 2 kills in 11 rounds played so far. That is not nearly up to standard or going to be enough.
Could be enough here though. Gets into position. One on the fall away would be nice. Oh, the angle he peeks at is
Goodness,
rough
that was
though.
ugly.
Shifts back into the open and gets taken out. And down into a 2v2 again. 2 pops up. Pre-fire the MP9 of Doc. Not going to work. And Dusty Roots have found 8 on T side. See you in a few minutes.
The underdogs come out of the gate swinging and amass 8 rounds in their first half. A great display from Dusty Roots. They're 5 away from winning their 3rd game here in the ECL Season 48 South America. How will their CT side fare? Sharks, they've got a job to do here in the second half, Trav.
They have indeed, and they're out to try and kick it off with a fast pistol, with flashes, with util, and they may get something with Hoax, but 3 quick kills in return. Started off by Owen, 2 more for Max Court and Tommy Jed, and Doc having to rotate round to the back of the site, gets 1 more, but it has to be Doc, all Doc now. Trying to isolate one of the duels. He's got 0 bullets left. That's unfortunate. He tried to be so careful and calculated, but when the pressure's on with low ammunition, it's just too difficult sometimes.
Yeah, his heart would have sunk there into his stomach after he ran out of ammo. You're a dead man at that point. 9-4. Dusty Roots open up the second half with a pistol round win. That puts them in such a good position here. They've had a torrid time of it in ECL so far. Rooted at the bottom of the table. And a win over Sharks, I mean, that would be great for them. There is still time to recover the season from here. They've played 12 best of ones, and you play a total of 30 best of ones. So still most of the season ahead of them.
Yeah, very good point. And as this round is full of locks, I'll quickly talk over it. Lots of dinks coming through. Maybe I'll just give that a quick pause for a second, as those Glock dinks were certainly very loud.
Alexa, where are you going?
That
Trav,
a bit unnecessary.
Where's Blood off to?
Blood's off to Mirage already, mate.
Where's 1962 going? Why is he pushing? Why?
He wants to get a kill back. I get this one, but
Yeah,
Alexa didn't need to go. Alexa didn't need to go. And Hoax 5 HP. He can just maybe try and be a nuisance. Tommy Jed looking forward for it as well. They want to try and recover this round, and fair play. They have found the low HP now, but this is on, which is crazy.
They're going to go straight through the smoke. And that would be a good play as well. I mean, Tommy Jed kind of has to just gamble here a little bit that the smoke is a wall. He has gone back to clear middle though, so after that's been done, I guess he has nowhere else to focus. There is a flash on Koala, but a smart position from Tommy Jed just kind of negates it, makes it very difficult to blind him up. I don't think he was spotted either. But if they can bypass him, Plant could be on the cards here.
Oh, it absolutely is now. It can plant even for CT too. The MP9 can get maybe into a close angle, or maybe they could play on top of each other. And swing together to go for a trade out of ammunition. Gafolo, and he spots the last.
Oh, no.
No way. Can he play time against 1962 here? 1962 hasn't picked up a defuse kit. How long can Gafolo stay alive? Ring around the rosy.
Oh.
Pocket full of posy. He's trying to do it. This is literally round the world. And he's making 1962 look like a bit silly right now. Look at this from Gafolo. This is so funny.
It's over.
And he's won the round.
That's just something else, mate. What a way to close out the full eco. He hasn't even taken a gunfight. He hasn't even faced his opponent. 1962's got to be so pissed.
Oh, a tear has been shed. A tear has been shed at that. Not just
what have
by
we
me.
just witnessed?
Not just by me, but probably by Sharks as well. Sorry, by Dusty Roots as well. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna have to clip that for later. That's just too funny. Remind me.
I mean, that's just brutal for Dusty Roots. They were supposed to get up to double digits for free. Now they're forcing back after having lost to Glocks. Glocks, Trav. Never lose to Glocks. That's just sacrilege.
Sacrilege is a great word.
Alright, well, let's see if they can put that behind them by following up with the force buy win, because then it's just like, Sharks, come on. Just want a full eco. This is their lifeline, right? They've been gifted an opportunity to get back in this game. I hope you remember the point you wanted to make before that eco round kicked off.
No.
Alright, maybe it'll come back to you.
Listen,
it was a long time ago.
When something like that happens, you just forget, like, every last
Everything. Yeah.
30, 45 seconds of your brain goes out the window. Alexa's not being checked
Oh.
here. Okay, he finds his one. That's fair. He's going up the MP9 as well. Oh, it's so close. It's so close to finding RDN, and that was the bomb.
Problem is, look how far 1962 is right now. So Max Core will go for the gamble, spam through the smoke, doesn't connect on that bomb planter. So now it's going to have to be an unlikely retake. They don't have a kit. Oh, 1962 this time. He is giving up a gunfight in the retake. He just gets taken straight down. And this is Sharks' passage back into the game. Win the full eco, win against the force buy afterwards. Then they play against an eco themselves.
Oh dear. Oh dear. It's funny, right? I mean, that's the turning point in the game. Because Sharks are now within 3. They're going to be within 2, very likely. And Dusty Roots. Okay, I think I remember my point, purely because I've had the tab was still open that I wanted to make the point from. Basically, the league table. I think you were discussing it just before that round kind of got out of hand.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Dusty Roots rooted to the bottom of the league table, right? But there is plenty of time to not be one of those 2 auto-relegation spots, right? Because those 2 auto-relegation spots, you go straight to open next season. And the 2 above that, you go to relegation. So, they need just to sneak a map here and there. The only maps they have snuck here and there in this season, and I believe conversation we've had before, of course, considering we've done Dusty Roots in this league before, is Glorious once, and a cheeky 13-11 against MIBR. So,
Crazy.
that's a great win, but it's only one of 2.
The other map they lost against MIBR was 13-9, which is a competitive performance. So how has the season fallen apart so much for a team who was able to push MIBR and take a map off of them? The math is not mathing. If this one slips through their fingers, they'll just feel so bitter about it, man. Still a long way ahead, though. I'm looking at that next gun round for Dusty Roots. Like, Sharks having a great time with this season either. Currently 14, played 12 games. They've only won 3 best of ones.
Yeah, exactly.
One against True, and the other 2 against Otter a while ago. They've had to forfeit quite a few of their games, to be fair, which does kind of suck.
That's the problem scheduling at these sort of times, right? When there might be other cups going on. It happens. It happens in every region, to be fair. Didn't you have an Elisa game you told me earlier that
Yeah.
got forfeited?
Yeah, Gaming Gladiators had 3 best of 3s today. One starting at 10, the other at 12, and the other at 3. So, good luck.
Did they forfeit
Those all.
So they forfeit the Elisa one, right?
Yes, they did. The middle game, basically.
That's a shame, because that was a 2-2 game, no?
It was, yeah. And their season
Okay.
game was 1-0. So we were all a little bit circumspect of that decision. Either way, shifting our focus to this one, because it's a key gun round here in the grand scheme of things. Sharks fighting their way back into this map. They've got a great opening kill here to create a huge amount of space. There's so much time left in the round here for them to try and use that opening frag to their advantage.
Score ready to jump right click and HE to get a peek in mid, but RDN and Gafolo are very ready for that. And now, a rotation round from Owen. He's going to try and answer back. They need to find something back now with these 2 M4s. Alexa will re-pick up his gun. I wondered why he didn't have it for a second. But Sharks are rotating the bomb back toward B long. However, they will be about to clear out A. They do have time to rotate the bomb back to A, and now it's shifting back towards Shelf. I think they realise that's absolutely the safer thing to do, and they should now be fine in this round, because Dusty Roots need to save these.
Yeah, that's why they kind of just try and keep themselves clustered up here so that they can save should Sharks go A, but Sharks are hunting, man. Oh, they will not sit by idly just to carry their guns through. Hoax is in a great position situation right now as well. Gets the first for free, and the second kill comes through. He'll almost definitely die to the third, although maybe not. He can avoid him for now and allow for Doc to finish off the job. So all 5 players stay alive in a full gun round for Sharks. And now they'll play against an eco. They're looking very good right now.
And rightly, timeout being used at this moment. I do like to see teams go for a tactical timeout at this moment rather than directly before the gun round. Gives you even more time to discuss things when it's a half by next.
Alright, well, Sharks are licking, excuse me, Dusty Roots are licking their wounds right now. Yeah, ow indeed, these pistols are quite annoying. Death by 1,000 paper cuts for RDN. I mean, Dusty Roots, they were the underdogs coming into this, and they've been in complete control of Angel pretty much throughout the entire map, but that's not the case any longer. And if they lose the next gun round, then this game's completely been turned on its head.
Yeah, 9-all is 2 kills away, which is kind of crazy considering where we were. Alexa has his opportunity, but Koala will just shift away and now realise he's at threat. So he'll put himself in a slightly more favourable position. Swings away for one, and then Gafolo helps out for the next. And Sharks back in the ascendancy now, and look at the problems that Dusty Roots have ahead of them. It's not just finding a way to win a gun round, it's finding a way to break down quintuple digits on 3 players.
Let's see if they can make it happen. Leveled up scoreline here. Took a little bit longer than we would have liked to get things going, but boy has this game delivered so far. Dusty Roots are not going to pull their punches, looking to try and contest middle initially. They have got Owen here with the AWP, ready to try and deal with these T's coming in towards him, but he's taking quite an aggressive angle, so the flash will force him back, and now the info's there for the T side with the AWP is present. I thought they might cancel having found that out, but they're still going to commit, and they've lost a couple players in the process. They've been able to find one back, and Doc continues to just marauder his way forward, dodging bullets as he closes the gap.
Tommy Jed behind the donut smoke. And 1962 will get caught. Nade to peek with it. I like that, to use the HE in that position. There's actually a combination flash too to push further forward and toward that temple area. Alexa still looking like he wants to go a bit deeper on that one. Owen checking the CT smoke. Tommy Jed now in toward that position that he's been in for so long, waiting to come out. Teammates contact, but Doc takes the headshot. 2 versus 2. They haven't got a kit. That makes it problematic. And with RDN taking Tommy Jed, Alexa is stuck. You're not going to be holding a 10-second defuse when Gafolo is in that position. And Sharks will get double digits and take the lead.
They're getting better and better as this game is going on. I mean, that wasn't even an easy round at all, but they make it look a little bit easy considering how seamlessly they work through that situation. You know, initially pushing into A, that was the plan. They lose one player and then another 2 go down straight off the bat. Doc gets a trade, but it's not like that gives them full side control at all. They still have to fight tooth and nail to even get the space for a bomb plant. And a smart wraparound from RDN. He was on the site. He went back through A main and flanked through middle. Gets the kill on the donut player and leaves Alexa in an impossible clutch. Great stuff out of Sharks. They've now got a lead. From an anti-eco round loss, Dusty Roots have not been able to get another round on the board. And now, well, with their tail between the legs, they're going to have to settle for a save, and Sharks should be able to build their lead to 2.
Be wary of those 5-7s. We've seen wilder rounds go the opposite way. a lot of space. But he's got to be wary of going through a smoke or even standing in a smoke against these pistols. Max core sure is 14 HP, but hang on. That's going to be a free AK. Sharks need to be wary of everything else going on around them. Lots of damage has been done. That's the main thing in their favour. And now the numbers are in their favour as well. Not just the HP bars. It's a 4v1. Max core actually has got the only kill in the round. He'll go down. 11 for Sharks, creeping toward that finish line.
And if they win this gun round here, they basically cross it. It's a formality from there to finish off the job. Of course, there's another best of one coming up almost immediately afterwards, and that's going to be on Mirage. And that's a slightly scary prospect with how good the individuals are starting to look here for Sharks. And we're going to head to a map that's even more aim heavy and more aim dependent.
Yeah,
big fight.
The
oh
flashes. Oh, there's so many in toward lane. They're also blind. He's underneath him. He's underneath you, brother. He's behind you, brother. You're making noise, brother. How are you not dead, brother? Okay, there we go.
Oh, Docker's in such a good position right now. He's way further forward in cave than what the CTs were ever going to expect, and he activates perfectly. It's one thing being in such a good position. It's another thing actually knowing how to use it and taking advantage of it. And Docker's done that superbly.
He's 24 and 12, by the way. Kind of silently worked his way up to a 2KD.
Yeah, it's a lot of numbers. That's double his deaths, Trap.
Is that what a 2KD means? That's crazy.
I know. Crazy indeed.
Thank you for helping me learn things as I reached a new year of existence.
Exactly. I thought we should improve your knowledge base while you're at it.
I always seem to learn something when I'm talking to you. And I'm actually being serious when I say that this time. I'm not joking about this dumb reference to the kills. I actually do think I learned something.
I appreciate that. You know, they say you learn something new every day. But you got to be open to it, right? You got to be paying attention to what's going on around you. And Max Hoyers, nice little decision making there. Gets a kill, keeps himself alive. But Sharks up to map point. They've won. That's a lot of rounds in a row. Production are showing us that. They have won 8 rounds in a row. Back to us. Why are we... I don't think just yet. What I was going to say is they've won 8 in a row. All off the back of that eco round win for Sharks.
Gotcha. That's a lot. And probably gives you an answer as to why Dusty Roots are at the bottom of the league table and have not won any match in the last 6. And by the way, in those three BO3s, they've won 1 map only. So.
Yeah, not a great look at all. We're seeing that come to fruition here against Sharks. Double kill to just blow the door wide open on middle. Owen at least will get a frag back. Lots of damage has been done to RDN, so don't count the CTs out of this round. Problem is, they've only got 1 player over towards that B bomb site. It's Tobijet with an MP9. He's got 6 kills on the map, and he's got 3 players who will be heading in his direction soon enough. That smoke might buy him some time and space, though.
They're going to need to push, though. I mean, it's just a classic thing of a CT side needing information, so pushing together. That's exactly what they're doing through Donut in toward mid right now. But even though RDN is low, how is there going to be a way back? Sharks are very smartly sticking themselves in a default right now while they have time to burn off the clock, waiting for this expected aggression. Alexa is here, but it's main man got on the other side of it. A good kill at least from Alexa. That's well played. Clean double headshot. And Owen will manage to deal with RDN as well. That's huge. But B-bomb site's open and this retake will be difficult.
Yeah, Sharks don't really realize what they've been gifted here. The site's completely open. Will eventually activate the bomb. There are kits in play for the CT side, so time not as much of a factor. Gafolo and Hoax going to try and work in tandem here, both bunkering down in cave. Oh, and it's going to be proactivity from Gafolo. Swings out, leaves Hoax alone. The new addition, Big Clutch, going to hear all these footsteps. Dusty Roots looking to try and figure out where he is right now. And no, I do appreciate the trigger discipline, but he's only going to be able to get the one. Dusty Roots, they've broken the streak. And they've kept themselves alive.
But a quad kill from Owenzinho M as well. That is a great round from him. And I love what Hoax tried to do. But in the end, it's just too difficult in those sort of scenarios when there's multiple players and an angle that should go looked at. So it's fair.
Okay, well, I mean, money is no object for Sharks right now, so if Dusty Roots are going to force us into overtime, it's going to require 3 consecutive gun rounds won. They've checked the first off the list.
But they're going to have to do it the hard way, like I said. Every single round for Sharks, even if they are to lose this one, of course, will be a bye. More than enough for it. And the strategies that Sharks have put into practice in the last few rounds have been very solid, and their sort of team play pack-based entry style has really been very successful. So, almost.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I do like the calls we've seen out of Sharks. Got to give some props to Gafolo. He's turned his game around completely. His improvements and upward turn in form has coincided with Sharks looking a whole lot better. And the call here from the captain is make their way back through middle and towards that A bomb site. It is a good option. Lots of space being given up by the CT side here, Trav. They've really got no idea what's happening. I mean, 1962, he's even having to pivot between cave and top mid right now.
Missed shot.
Oh, Owen, never take the bait on the first.
Yeah, across the angle. Now he can't really reface, but Max score's still here. Good damage on one, and that second as well. Owen is trying to play in front of these smokes, but that's an entry from Koala, and a Hoax will catch 1962 as well. This one is now done. There's Tommy Jed, who's 6 and 18, bless him. Pulls off a 1v4 with an MP9 and no kit. Not going to happen. 1 kill each from RDA and Koala, Gafolo and Hoax in this, what will be final round. The flank is not being checked, but he gets that first, and Koala will always trade that one. Dusty Roots had such a fantastic first half, especially on T side.